Our service territory encompasses 4,500 square miles of western South Dakota. We start near the Badlands by Wall, South Dakota, running north along Highway 34 over to Sturgis, and then south into the edge of the Rapid City area.
Upper Missouri Power Cooperative serves eastern Montana and about the western third of North Dakota, from the Canadian border to the South Dakota border and to the Montana or Wyoming border.
Geographically speaking, Northern Plains is the largest cooperative in the state of North Dakota. We run roughly right below interstate at around Jamestown in a 50 to 70 mile stretch all the way up to the Canadian border.
Our service territory covers the extreme southeast corner of Montana. It's a very rural, some call it remote, place of the world. Mostly farms and ranches, agricultural area, and that's all it is. We've always thought that since the Bakken kind of took over things, that we would see some of that growth. And it's been delayed, but we're now seeing pipeline pump growth. In fact, we have several new loads coming on right now as we speak. There's really two pipeline corridors that are coming down through our territory. One right on the border between us and North and South Dakota. The other one more to the west a little bit. And we're seeing several pump stations along those corridors.
The growth patterns for Northern Plains has been slow but steady. We've been seeing about a 3% increase in load over the last several years, mostly due to the robust farm economy. Now with the Senex Harvest States plant coming on, there is talk about more industrial and commercial activity in and around the Jamestown area, and most of that talk has been about happening in our service territory.
The great growth in gas and oil creates needs for commercial shopping, homes, churches, schools, hospitals. All of those entities need to be built and expanded to support the population explosion.
I think a lot of the change just has to do with the residential seemed to spring up until the middle of about 2007, 2008. Since then, I think the commercial has started to grow into it. Some of the commercial we're seeing is the direct effect of the oil load in North Dakota and Wyoming. We just added on a 2 megawatt plastic polyethylene pipe manufacturer in our service territory. It's our largest year-round load. We also have a large warehouse distribution center that is about 65,000 square feet. They have since started expansion to double that, strictly because of the oil load.
So what we will see in the next 2 to 5 years, probably by the end of this year, we'll see our entire load double. By the end of next year, it will probably double again. Now those kilowatts aren't real substantial compared to some of the growth that's been up in the Bakken. But to a little co-op like Southeast Electric, they're huge.
In 2004, we were a 183 megawatt system. Today, 2014, we're an 800 megawatt system. And by 2024, we expect to be 2,200 megawatts.
Load growth looks pretty good for the Northern Plains territory. As I mentioned before, with this Senex Harvest States plant coming in, there has been some talk about doing some updates and some commercial and industrial areas in and around Jamestown. That's going to bring in some commercial properties, some retail properties. There's talk of a hotel coming in that same area. And as of right now, it's projected to show up in Northern Plains' territory.
I can't help but see anything but growth in our area. Within 5 years for sure, I see a lot more commercial. I just found out this morning in our staff meeting we have 2 more motels we're going to add on. Within the next 2 years plus, we're going to have a 7-story apartment building. We're going to have 2 convenience stores. We're going to add an urgent care clinic just across the street actually from our office here. We continue to hear more and more things on manufacturing type businesses that are going to locate here mainly because of the Bakken oil field and Wyoming for that matter.
We spend a lot of time working with Basin and with Western Area Power on contracts, load forecasting, providing data and load forecasts to Basin so that we get appropriately sized transmission and generation to serve our growing load.
We're proud to be partners with Basin Electric. They've always treated us very well. We appreciate their culture, and I think with the load growth and the things that are happening, I think they still understand that there is more than just the Bakken out there, and they've been working with us to try to meet our energy needs into the future, because we still have growth there, and I think they get that, and that's the part that I appreciate about it, is that they are still working with us hand in hand and haven't forgotten the other co-ops within their service territory.